Welcome back to another chess video. Today we are going to learn a new chess tactic called clearance. Now clearance is basically a move that clears let's say a square or a file or a diagonal for a follow-up tactical idea. Let's say in this position, this king and rook look like they can be forked by this knight. The two squares which they can be forked from are b5 and e8. b5 is too far for the knight, but e8 is in the knight's reach, and our own rook is stopping it from giving a fork. So let's try to remove this rook, but where? Now let's try to give a forced move. Now a forced move can be a check, or maybe we attack something. Right now a check will just make the king run away and there will be no fork. So how can we attack something? Now a pawn will not be so valuable to attack. This knight looks unprotected. We can attack it by the rook by going rook to e2. He has to defend the knight, he can move it, and then we play knight to e8 check and win the rook. Let's solve some more examples to get a good idea of this. Now this is an endgame position where our pawn is going to promote into a queen. But our own knight is blocking that square and also white is attacking our pawn. So we don't have much time. Here if we see forcing moves, knight f3 is giving a check. And let's say if he moves his king or takes a knight, then we can promote into a queen here. And then we can win the game. Let's move on to another example. In this position, it's a complicated middle game position and black is attacking our bishop. Here the solution is tricky and I will reveal the solution. It is rook into e4. Now here the idea is to clear this diagonal for the bishop and pin the queen. So if he exchanges our queen, we cannot recapture it because then we will lose our rook. But here we have another move, rook into d4. And here it looks like black played a bad move by staying on this diagonal. But look over here, black doesn't have any squares to run away from. These squares are covered by the bishop, this rook is controlling the rank, these two squares are controlled by the pawns. So he has to stay on this diagonal, then we pin the queen, and now the position might look equal after taking the queen. But here we slowly attack the queen and we don't have any hurry because that queen is already pinned, we are going to get it. And even if he takes our bishop, it will be equal, but we'll have this pawn and you get the idea of this tactic. Moving on to the fourth example here, this looks like a mating pattern as the two knights and the queen are trying to attack the king. So here we can play knight to d7 trying to get a queen on this diagonal. It clears the diagonal here and he moves king to e8. Here we can just take the queen. If he would play, let's say, bishop takes d7, then our queen would come to f6, it will go to e8, there's knight g7 checkmate, and if he goes to g8, queen g7 would be mate. So he just gave up his queen and we can just capture it here. And we'll win the game. Let's see another example. Here white has a mate in 2. I'll give this problem to you. Can you checkmate black? If you saw rook h5, well spotted. It clears the g5 square and queen g5 will be a checkmate. So I hope you understood what is clearance and make sure to use it in your game. Subscribe for more videos in this series. This is Edrick Vaz. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in my next video.